Oh my word. What have we just watched take place in Wellington? I've just got back from the game. My hair's a bit messed up, but oh my word. As a Springbok supporter, I don't know if I'll ever top a viewing experience like that. I can't believe it. 43 points to 10 against the All Blacks in New Zealand. The Springboks just handed the All Blacks their biggest loss ever in Test match rugby, ever. Do you know how crazy that is? To do it in New Zealand now, yes, Wellington is this voodoo spot for the All Blacks. But I mean, after Eden Park last week, where the Springboks were not at their best, they lost by 7 points, and just absolutely turned it on. So many question marks around this week, around the team coming into this, and everyone put their hand up. I don't know if anyone had a bad game. Kobus Reinach was a little bit frustrating at ruck time, knocking so many balls on. Sasha maybe didn't have the best 15-20 minutes before he got injured, but I mean, overall, it was just an absolute masterclass. Changing our tactics from last week, which was more Springbok DNA type of rugby, to what we saw today is two completely different teams. There's a lot to break down here. I'm reacting to this as I get home. My emotions are still quite raw. Unbelievable stuff. I'm gonna dive into it. I'm just taking a moment to actually take in what I've just watched. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. Leave this video a like, and as always, drop your opinions on the game down below. 43 points to 10. And the intent from the Springboks was evident from the first whistle. Sasha puts almost like a little dink straight up the middle of the field, and we regain possession, and we have front foot ball, and the pods, instead of taking them up, they're swinging them behind them, back to Sasha, and we spreading the ball left to right, making meters. Yes, we did mess up a couple of opportunities in that first half. Right at the beginning, I thought if we could start super hot, get a try within the first 5 minutes, then we would really have momentum going into that game. And yes, we fumbled a little bit in their 22, and maybe our 22 execution. When we're in there, our strike rate isn't where it needs to be at the moment, but I don't think we can have too many complaints from today. I mean, all the chat this week was Rassie Erasmus is either going to look like a genius or he's not going to look great at all, depending on the result. You've got Sasha coming in, you've got Damian Willemse playing out of position in 12, you've got Kanan Moody in that 13 jersey when he's been playing wing, you've got Ethan Hooker in his third test match starting for the Springboks against New Zealand, you've got Apelele Fassi at the back, and then kind of held together by Ches and Colby and Kobus Reinach, who were the more experienced guys in that back line. But I think if you weren't in that starting 23, if you weren't in the match day 23 and you're kind of watching from the stands, I'm talking about a Damien Delende, I'm talking about a Jesse Creel, a Andre Pollard, and Eben Etzebeth, there's going to be a lot of questions asked now, because this paid off and worked even better than Rassie Erasmus and the coaching staff could have imagined. And I think there might be some questions like, do we start moving forward with these youngsters, build into that 2027 Rugby World Cup and beyond? Do we need to keep these old guys around? Now, the backline looked very good because of how well the forwards played tonight as well. Jasper Visser was absolutely immense. It's exactly what we've been missing in that number 8 jersey, a big ball carrier, an enforcer. He was making some massive tackles. You look at Peter Steph du Toit, who was also so physical tonight, making so many big hits. Sia was on form, had a couple of great runs. Unfortunately, Lewitt got injured within, I think, the first 10 or 15 minutes, had to go off. But then we got to see Archie Snyman for an extended period of time. Ruan Nokia was great. I thought our front row was also great. Malcolm Marks, the first line-out, we ended up not winning, and I thought, oh boy, here we go again. It's going to be a repeat of last week and our line-out troubles. But the boys really got the line-out together. We even stole quite a few line-outs from New Zealand, and our forward pack really set the foundation well for our backline to express themselves. There was a couple of times where I was speaking to the guy next to me, and we would take contact, go down, and the ball would be out in a second. That's what almost led to that first try with Chezi in the bottom right corner, was right below us. Unfortunately, he knocked it on because of a great tackle by Geordie Barrett. But I mean, the ruck speed was so much quicker. You also look at how many injuries we had. Luatiaga going off. You had Apalele Fassi going off, Damian Willemse moving to 15. Chezi ended up going off because of that no arms tackle. And I mean, let me know if you guys thought that should have been a yellow card or not. There was quite a lot of debate in the crowd. So Chezi also goes off. Grant Williams has to come on and play wing. Ethan Hooker stayed at wing, and then I think there was all the injuries. Luatiaga, Cheslin Colby, Sasha. Marnie had to come on early for Sasha. Also, I mean, that game plan works perfectly for Marnie Le Bock. But I mean, you look at this team and how they performed today, and this is what Springbok rugby is, man. This makes me so proud to be a South African, so proud to be a Springbok supporter. And yes, we are probably the worst winners ever, but that's what makes us so special. I mean, there was a lot of chirping going on in that crowd tonight. And I think there's also questions now around the All Blacks, because the Rugby Championship is basically tied up. Australia sit first on 11 points, then it's us on 10 points, New Zealand on 10 points, and Argentina on 9 points. So it's still wide open. Anyone can still win the Rugby Championship. I think you probably say that the Springboks are in the leading position at the moment, because we play Argentina at home in Durban, and then we play them in London, which is basically like our second home. And while the RGs could knock us over, if we play rugby like we played tonight, I don't see them being able to get past us. And you got to think that the All Blacks are going to beat Australia at least once, knock them down, and therefore we just have to win both of our games, hopefully with a bonus points, and we win the Rugby Championship. This has probably been one of the most interesting, thrilling, exciting Rugby Championships that we've had in a while. I'm going to be very, very interested to see if the Springboks continue to play like this, because they've kind of now got the blueprint. They've got the success. Beating the All Blacks by 33 points in New Zealand is no small feat at all. And I'm also wondering if these older players are still going to be in the mix, or if Rassie Erasmus is going to be like, okay, this worked, let's move on from these guys and kind of go forward with this new age backline, which clearly worked, which clearly, I mean, it was just so good, man. It was so I don't even have words for it. In that second half, it kind of reminds me of when New Zealand used to play us, and we'd always be so worried about those last 20 minutes, because we knew that New Zealand stepped up the pace in those last 20 minutes, and that's exactly what we did to them. We took them to the absolute cleaners in that second half in those last 20 minutes. And if you think about it as well, we didn't have a bomb squad tonight. I think it was Marnus van der Merwe or Volko Low and Jan-Hendrik Wessels who ran on the field alone, because everyone else was on the field already because of injuries, because of reshuffling. So we've proved that, yes, the bomb squad was our era for maybe 4 or 5 years, but we've kind of moved away from that. We beat the All Blacks by 33 points. We're playing a 5-3 split with plenty injuries all over the field. Players had to adapt, and one of my friends actually sent me a WhatsApp. I'm going to pull it up here. His name's Stahl. He has been on the channel before, but he said he sent a message saying Damian Willemse is more versatile than an ice cream box in a South African household, and I don't think truer words have ever been spoken. Because Damian Willemse, and how good is it to see Damian Willemse back? I mean, you could see he's up for it. You could see that he hasn't liked not being on the field. Started at 12, he went to 15, he scored a try. He broke through 3 tacklers to score that try. Damian Willemse was unbelievable. Cheslin Colby kind of turned that game on its head with that intercept, and that's kind of where the momentum started to change a little bit. Chezi was phenomenal. I mean, everyone was just so good. I don't know who ended up winning man of the match at the end of the day. I think it probably was Damian Willemse, because they were interviewing him at the end. I could be wrong there. But I mean, what a day. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. This is, if you told me that we would lose at Eden Park and then beat the All Blacks by 33 points and hand them their biggest loss ever, I think I would have taken that. I don't have any feelings now about Eden Park because of what the Springboks have now done in Wellington. Yes, it would have been lovely to break that Eden Park curse, and it was such a big test match and was built up so much. But to perform how we did and then bounce back like this is absolutely phenomenal. There'll be question marks around New Zealand. There'll be question marks around now who is our best 23-man side to take the field. What is our best game plan? There's a lot to speak about within the next week. I thought I'd just give you guys my instant reaction after the game. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, leave this video a like, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more in-depth chat about the game. Take it easy. Peace.